Then Sports Central, we go over a college football game preview and prediction on the Week 1 matchup between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers. Two teams in very different situations as we look forward to Week 1. Ohio State being one of the top powers of the Big Ten. This team is looking to make another run for the college football playoff, and they are very much able to do so. This team is built to win right now, and it all starts against Indiana on the road. The Hoosiers, obviously in a much different situation. They're just looking to be competitive in the least right now. Obviously a disappointing 2022 season. This team is hoping to be improved in 2023, and they've got quite a challenge coming up here in Week 1. We'll be over a full game preview and prediction on this matchup here today. Let's get started. This matchup being on Saturday in Bloomington. So Indiana's the home team for this matchup, but according to the spread, that really doesn't matter too much. Ohio State is favored by 30 heading into this matchup. Buckeyes heavy favorites, which if you look into it, I mean, it's not surprising. Ohio State's won 27 straight against Indiana. Last time the Hoosiers beat Ohio State was 1988. It's been a long time since Indiana's been able to beat Ohio State. I mean, over-under is 59. FPI is going Ohio State as well, 97%. So there's no hiding it. Ohio State is probably going to win this game. I mean, they're a very heavy favorite. They're the more talented team. It's just a matter of Indiana. Can this team keep it competitive? And I think we're going to learn a lot about the Hoosiers in Week 1. Can this team be competitive in the slightest this upcoming season? Stat comparison for this one, I mean, Indiana, they just don't match up too well against the Buckeyes. You look at their defense, 123rd in pass defense, and you're going up against Ohio State, a team that is known for their receivers. I mean, for so long now, this Ohio State team has always been stacked with receivers. You consider just a couple of years ago, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith-Njigba, all in the receiving core. That wasn't too long ago, and now Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson both are looking like stars in the NFL. Jackson Smith-Njigba just getting in. And now it's Marvin Harrison, Julian Fleming, and Emeka Egbuka, all three of which who are incredible receivers. So it's a tough matchup considering that. Indiana's defense was poor last season offensively, didn't get much going as well. But Ohio State is a well-rounded, dominant team, and you could probably expect more of that in 2023 as well. Your key points for this one, Ohio State 11-2 last year. This team is stacked offensively as always. They're going to be brutal to stop. We saw this team go toe-to-toe with Georgia in the college football playoff last season. And, I mean, Georgia, known for their brutal defense right now, it was really impressive what Ohio State was able to do there. So now with Kyle McCord taking over, new quarterback for this team, we really haven't seen him play too much. But obviously, I mean, this is Ohio State. This is a team that continues to produce quarterbacks. I think this team is going to be just fine with Kyle McCord, even though we haven't seen him play too much. But, I mean, when you got as talented of receivers as this team does, I think Ohio State is going to be just fine. But, I mean, all around, defensively as well, this team is built to be a true national contender, and that's why this is such a tough Week 1 matchup for Indiana, a team that was 4-8 last year. The Hoosiers are filled with questionable areas. I mean, Taven Jackson looks to be the starter at quarterback. Tennessee transfer. He hasn't played much either. So, I mean, if he can play well in 2023, he's a young quarterback. If he can play well, have a successful season, I honestly think that's a really good sign for the Hoosiers for the future of this offense, obviously, because, I mean, bearing he sticks around, obviously. But, I mean, this is a team that's got potential. They don't have talent at the same level as Ohio State, obviously. But, I mean, this is an Indiana team that's got Tom Allen as the head coach. And Tom Allen's been able to lead Indiana to surprise success in the past. So it can happen, will happen in 2023. For all we know, we'll see what happens. But if Indiana can keep this game close, even be competitive in this game for 3 quarters, I'd be very impressed with the Hoosiers. And maybe this team could be a bowl team in 2023 if that's the case. I mean, this is still a team, got to remember, with very low expectations. And with that, let's get to the prediction here for Ohio State and Indiana. I mean, this ain't going to be no surprise. I'm taking Ohio State in this matchup, just a matter of how much. And I do think the Buckeyes dominate this one, winning it 45-14. I just think Indiana for Week 1, this is just a brutal matchup. I mean, maybe they could keep it a bit closer if they were tuned up a bit, maybe Week 4. But this is a team that's got a lot of inexperience right now. And, I mean, defensively, they got some experience, actually, but a lot of new players. Offensively, Taven Jackson, new quarterback. So I think Indiana puts up a couple of touchdowns, but that's about it. Ohio State And the way this game matches up to the receiving core with the poor Indiana pass defense, I'm going to be taking Ohio State in this one for sure. 90%. Over-under is 59. I'm taking the over on this game. I've got it right at 59 for total points. But if I'm going to take anything, I'd probably take the over for this one, even though it totally could go either way. And I'm also taking Ohio State to cover the spread as well, just barely. I mean, the spread and the over-under is what you're going to be betting on really here. And so, I mean, it is tough. It could go either way, but I'd probably take Ohio State to cover and the over in the end. But with that, I appreciate you guys watching as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on this one. Stay tuned for more from All Sports Central. Catch you on the next one.